More properties will be coming to Red Dead Online. This is all confirmed. There has been many leaks over the years pointing to new properties coming, and even though these have not accounted to anything as of yet, Rockstar themselves have also said many times that properties will be coming. They're just waiting for the right time. As things currently stand, we do have the Moonshine Shack, but Rockstar wants to expand on this. They want to bring in new roles which will have feature-rich businesses and even communal spaces. So in this video, we are looking to the future. We will be looking at some of the highly requested properties that players are really wanting to be added to Red Dead Online. Before I get into the video, this video is sponsored by Monster Legends. Whenever I'm waiting for new content to be added to Red Dead Online, which is actually most of the year, I always like to kill time by playing Monster Legends. With this free-to-play Android and iOS mobile game, you collect hundreds of different monsters. You feed them, you train them, and you breed them to get more and stronger monsters. When you think you're ready and you think you are strong enough, you can join different PvP modes and real-time battles, with new events coming out every single week to test your skills. The part that I love the most about Monster Legends is that you can find many of your favorite YouTubers within the game, such as Dream, Laserbeam, and of course Mr. Beast. So with all of this, if you are interested, you can find a link on the top line in the description down below, as well as there will be a pinned comment on the top of the comment section. Simply click that link and it'll take you directly to Monster Legends. I should also say that if you do use that link, you're supporting the channel here, but on top of that, you will get a $30 reward, which includes 50,000 food, the epic monster of Kaori, and also 300,000 gold. All of this will help you hit the ground running when you first start this game, so you should be able to immediately start competing against your friends or even other players. So if you are interested, links to everything can be found in the description down below. Getting back into the video, we will be looking at different types of properties that players want within Red Dead. This is properties where players own the outright, communal spaces, and even shared ownership. Properties have always been talked about since the moment Red Dead Online was released. This year, I have a very good feeling. It's been over a year and a half since we got the Moonshine Shack, and with all these leaks and Rockstar themselves saying that properties will be coming, I think that we can get something new within the next major update, or even something towards the end of the year where we get our Christmas update. So with all of this in mind, let's look at what players actually want for future properties within Red Dead Online. The first one is a Saint Denis mansion, and players want to all own one of these individually. This is at the top of the list, the mansions within Saint Denis. This content is more aimed at those who have grinded out the game, got tens of thousands of dollars or hundreds of gold bars with nothing to do with it. But the good thing with these mansions is that there's a lot of them, all different sizes and styles, which would hopefully mean they're at different price points. The outskirts of Saint Denis include some of the biggest properties within the game, and players want to be able to own them to show off all their wealth within Red Dead. Despite there being a huge selection, there are a few houses which are off limits. Firstly, we have Angelo Bronte's house, and we also have the Mayor's house. Both of these properties are in use, and the likelihood of Rockstar making them available for players to buy is very, very slim. With the likes of the Mayor's house, it is already open to everyone. You can walk straight through the front door and walk around, but it is also included within different types of missions. The most recent one is the Josiah Telegram missions, where you need to go and steal different pieces of jewelry from the Mayor's house. So these properties will never be available for players to buy, but every other property on the outskirts of Saint Denis is available. There's no content in story or online that is applied to these different types of properties, and because of that, players want to be able to buy into them. They want to own them, plan different missions, and run businesses from them. Maybe even be able to organize heists within the future. This is looking way into the future for this game. The next type of property, which also comes under communal space that players would like to own, is a fight club. The fight club has been spoken about for a very long time, but there were a lot of players who jumped on board with this idea after the Moonshine update. The Moonshine update brought the first property within the game, and players liked having their own secret underground bar. But the fight club interest came after experiencing the bar fight bootlegger mission. This bootlegger mission became a fan favorite, and it was based on a very similar mission that we have within the main story, called Americans at Rest. But there's a bar fight within Valentine, and Arthur gets thrown out the window. Now the idea of a fight club has resonated with fans over the years, and Rockstar themselves have even started to see the demand for this content, so much so that they've even been hinting towards future fight clubs being added to the game within recent articles. The question with this content is, where can such an event be held with this Red Dead Online content? Well, there's actually one or two places that fans are asking for. The first one is a Moonshine Shack expansion. Rockstar themselves have said many times that existing roles within the game will get future updates, and we saw this for the first time with the Bounty Hunter enhancement. Players want a very similar thing with the Moonshine role that allows you to add extra rooms to the underground bar, much in a way that you can buy a bar expansion and a band expansion. One of these expansions could be a fight club, where no weapons are allowed, it's a simple 1v1, and you can place bets on the sideline. And it is likely that the Moonshine Shack will have expansions within the future. Many players have had experiences where the Moonshine Bar has actually glitched out and they found many secret doors and secret rooms underneath it. We've also experienced this over on Twitch during the live streams, so this is always a possibility. The other way to add a fight club, and a more popular way, is to add the Saint Denis fight clubs from the main story. We only got a little taster of this. In the main story missions called Bare Knuckle Friendships, you are looking for Charles, and he is participating within a fight club within the Saint Denis slums. As of right now within Red Dead Online, this doesn't exist. So the narrative players want is that your online character is the founder of such an event, where you buy the property at the front, which also includes the land out the back, and you simply host a fight club event. It fits with what players want within Red Dead Online, whilst also linking into the main Red Dead Redemption 2 story. The next type of property that players would like to see is a ranch. This type of content would have to be part property owned and also part of a communal space. This is just because of the limited ranches that we do have within Red Dead Online and what players actually want to do with them. Ever since the summer update back in 2019, players have always wanted to have a rancher role, where you do control your own ranch and look after the livestock that you have. This is also inspired with the epilogue of Red Dead Redemption 2 story, where John does exactly this, except now players want to do the same thing but have it for their online character. As Red Dead Online is set 1 year before the events of Red Dead Redemption 2 story, it is unlikely that Rockstar is going to allow us just to build up ranches anywhere. We're probably never going to see mechanics like that within the game. So we need to look at ranches that are already part of the game, which can be changed into part-owned or even communal spaces for different players. One of these places is Emerald Ranch, which is located right in the middle of the Heartland. This would be a perfect place, and we even had a leak before which did point to properties coming to the game and was requiring you to have gold bars to buy. Within this, there were quite a few different snippets of code which reference farm deeds at different prices, and one of the most expensive properties, which required 125 gold bars, was speculated to be Emerald Ranch. Now this is all speculation, and as we can tell, this leak hasn't amounted to anything, but it hasn't stopped players wanting such a space, and Emerald Ranch has everything you will ever need. Another similar property to this is McFarlane's Ranch. McFarlane's Ranch covers such a large space, and even though we know Bonnie McFarlane owns it, it would be a shame for Rockstar not to utilize this to push highly requested content to the game. It is still possible for everything within this location to become a communal space, but with the properties on the outside which you don't have access to, Rockstar could allow you to own these where you have your own private space. We do know that later in the Red Dead Redemption timeline that Bonnie does open this up for John. This happens within the Red Dead Redemption story. You yourself get a place to stay, and there's even some buildings that have been changed into general stores. Now Rockstar won't add the general store here because it doesn't align with the current timeline, but they can be opened up into different types of properties that you can own, whilst the rest of the ranch is a communal space where different players are doing different types of jobs. This here is highly requested content, and players want all of this to be included within a rancher role. The next type of content that players would like to have is different mines within the game. This would be different types of communal spaces that all players can enjoy. Mines are located all over the Red Dead world, and it would be a shame if the spaces don't get utilized, very similar to what we've been talking about the ranches. There are mines within Gaptooth, Big Valley, and Annesburg, all with huge spaces underground that can be opened up for future roles or other types of content. Players really like the idea of a prospector, and this is something that I'm also interested in. It would be a spin-off from the Collector, using very similar mechanics and very similar gameplay, except now you're actually taking everything that you know all the way to the underground, going all the way to the different mines, trying to find different minerals or anything with substantial value that you can sell on. There's not so much of a property within this location, but more as such as land. You can either buy the land itself, or you can get permission to actually dig up the land to go and find the different types of minerals. one thing that has been spoken about quite a bit within the community, and it is specifically around Gaptooth. With this mine in this location, you can actually go through the entrance and make your way down. Unfortunately, everything has been closed off as it has collapsed on itself. But whilst underground in this location, if you do press the pause button, pull up your map, you can actually find that the layout underneath Gaptooth Bridge has already been set. So players like the idea of this becoming a communal space which everyone has to buy into. If you want to be part of such a role such as the Prospector, what you need to do is pay the upfront fee, break through with this entrance and get access to the Gaptooth mine. This is very specific for what players would like to do, and it's more orientated around a specific type of role. But just having something to do with the different mines across the whole world rather than just being locations in which you can explore is definitely something that players are looking for within the game. But anyway guys, these are just some of the properties as well as communal spaces that players would like to own or part own within Red Dead Online. I'm curious, let me know in the comment section down below. What type of properties would you like to be added to Red Dead Online? It could be absolutely anything. I'm just curious on all of your guys' opinions. Whilst you're down there, you can also find today's sponsor, which is Monster Legends, a free-to-play mobile game on iOS and Android, and if you do use that link, you'll get a reward worth $30, which includes 50,000 food, the epic new monster of Kaori, and also 300,000 gold. All of this should help you hit that ground running when starting this game. So if you are interested in this, links to this can be found in the description down below. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.